Hey, good morning, folks. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. I hope you're here with me. I accidentally put the wrong link into my post. I put yesterday's link, so I updated it. Hopefully you can join me back online. Always something, There's a lot of stuff going on here. All right, so it looks like a lot of reports of about 4 to 5 inches of snow. Coming in about 6 or 7 in the morning. Some of you might be back down to 3 because it's starting to rain in places. Has been raining for a couple of hours. But, very pretty snow stuck to the trees and whatnot. And it's mostly done, but we'll get into that here now. So we officially still have a winter weather advisory going for the middle part of lower Michigan. That's because on the east side of the state, even though it's warmed up, we're going to turn gradually colder today, see another inch or so of snow. The roads can refreeze. And then on the west side of the state, Traverse City area, you get into the heavier lake effect snow, it looks like. So here's the radar. Yes, the snow, Connie Steiner, is very heavy. So here's the current radar. Looks like I got a lot of folks on here with me, so yes, I can communicate to you. And if you got any questions, just let me know. Current radar shows snow through Oakland County. I have not seen any observations that are reporting heavy snow, but the radar shows it. Oakland County over toward Port Huron shows rain from Detroit into Ann Arbor. A lull, the thumb in through the Saginaw Valley, and then you can kind of see the light snow starting to drift southeastward, and that's what we'll get into over the next couple of hours and for the afternoon hours. Again, calling it light snow. Let's look at the model, and I think this one has it right on track. So here we go through to noon. And that area of light snow in central Michigan will be dropping southeast. So your roads, they probably won't be the greatest by afternoon as the colder air comes in. At 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, that swings through Ann Arbor and Detroit. And then we transition to lake effect snow on the west side of the state. A north wind, you could see it brings it to Manistee and Muskegon and South Haven. And then eventually Traverse City area gets into it tonight. This is the middle of the night tonight. So we're just back to lake effect snow. Would you say this warmer summer and fall weather has helped fuel this abnormally wet and cold December? Garrett, I would not say that. I would say that the lakes were warm. They've cooled down to near normal. So this is just the pattern that we're in for December. I don't think it really has much to do with the warm fall. Now this is into tomorrow, and we're mostly dry. The next Alberta Clipper just gets into the southwest corner of the state. It looks like late Thursday into early Friday. So here's the additional snowfall off of this model. 1 or 2 inches along maybe M59 into Port Huron, I-69, and elsewhere 1 inch. And then this afternoon and this evening, Traverse City starts to get into several inches. And as we run it out into Thursday, we look at heavy lake effect, typical areas, Mansalona, Kalkaska, Traverse City area, probably over the next 24 hours, a good solid 2 to 4 inches, the UP heavier snow, and that next Alberta Clipper with its 2 to 4 inch snow, it's a weaker one, will be just to our southwest and maybe creep into the very southwest corner. But places like Ann Arbor and Detroit, Lansing, Jackson, Mount Pleasant, middle of the state, you probably have less than an inch of snow to come. All right, how about a weather change? Are you ready for one? I told my wife, I said, man, I hope we didn't endure all this early winter stuff in early December just to wind up with a green Christmas, but it's possible. I'm going to write more about that later on, but you're going to see it right here. And so what we see happening is another shot of cold air. The coldest air of the season will come in for the weekend and then start to rotate out, and then you're going to see the upper air pattern rearrange to slightly warmer than normal. And at that point next week, our normal highs are 32 to 35, so you're slightly warmer, and I'll show you exact temperatures. That means 35 to 40. It means southern lower Michigan, I-94 southward, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Jackson, Kalamazoo southward. You might get into the 40s next week. So what you're looking at here is you're looking at the upper airflow. And here is the Alberta Clipper that's just moved through, and then here comes our next lobe. Our next Alberta Clipper, not as well defined, but it brings a lobe of cold air down, and it shifts on to the east. Then we go into next week, December 16th, December 17th. Notice how the atmosphere has changed. It starts to warm up and expand. And there still will be disturbances in there. It looks like our next full-fledged storm system will be somewhere around next Thursday or Friday. And then as that moves out, the ridge continues to expand. We're at December 22nd now, December 23rd, December 24th, and we end it on Christmas Eve. And, you know, that kind of pattern can still bring us snow, but it'd be hard to have it for southern Michigan and easier to have it for northern lower Michigan. So there's a possibility that Mother Nature is going to take away a lot of this beauty. These are the surface temperature anomalies off of that same kind of thing. And so there's the cold. Lake Michigan being warm actually will save us from the bitter cold that Wisconsin's going to have on Saturday and Sunday. We are very cold, obviously, but not way below zero, thanks to Lake Michigan. Now we're out to December 16th, December 17th, December 18th. What does this mean? This means our temperatures would be about 5 degrees warmer than normal. So you take a normal high of 35, add on 5, you're at 40. And now we're at the 20th of December and 21st and 22nd. The point I want you to get out of this is that the Arctic cold is going to rest for a bit. This is Christmas Eve. This says that southern Michigan could be 10 degrees warmer than normal. Northern Michigan could be 5 degrees warmer than normal. Tough to have a white Christmas when it's warmer than normal. All right, now the brutal details, though, as we head into the weekend. So today we're at our high now, and we'll have falling temperatures through the afternoon. That's why you need to watch the roads. I don't think it's a particularly dangerous situation, but be careful. Then tomorrow is cold with highs in the mid-20s most everywhere, and Friday highs in the 20s. Look at Saturday, high temperatures only in the teens, and look at off to our west. See what Lake Michigan does for us? If Lake Michigan wasn't there, Ludington and Pentwater and Muskegon would have low temperatures of about -5. But no, they're going to have high temperatures of -5, but no, they're going to have high temperatures of 14. And then Sunday, a little warmer, and then Monday, a little warmer yet, still cold though. And then we start to see that rearranging of the atmosphere. Hey, thank you very much. 10 going India Mike. That's a long one. So next Tuesday could be well into the 30s, and next Wednesday in the 30s, and next Thursday, December 18th, maybe getting some 40s in there, and then 30s, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. 23rd temperature pattern shows the signs of a storm system, so that would be our hope for a white Christmas. And one last thing, remember, we look at a lot of different models and in different ways, and one of the best ways to look out in the future, still none of them are perfect once you get past 6 or 7 days, but they give us an idea of the general story. So we're going to look at the European model in the ensemble mode on its surface pattern, and we'll get to pick out the next storm systems over the next couple of weeks. Isn't it nice how accurate meteorology has gotten? I feel like maybe I should check in with you just every 3 or 4 days for a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's always needs attention. Okay, so here we are. All right, let's just look at the surface weather here over the next 15 days. Give you an idea. So here's our storm system. Moves on through. And then the next Alberta Clipper, this is Thursday night into Friday, misses us to the south for the most part. And, you know, in this kind of pattern, you can get some scattered 1-2 inch type snows. The weekend could be pretty good lake effect situation for west and southwest lower Michigan. Here's Sunday, looks dry, cold. And then fairly quiet early next week. Pretty early, I guess, for holiday travel. Here's that storm system I was talking about on the 18th, 19th. That was showing up in the upper air. Now, if it's a storm showing up in the upper air, it's going to show up at the surface too. Hey, thank you, Garrett. Appreciate that very much. Linda Thompson, good morning to you. Okay, so one storm system late next week. Could be a rain to snow, or who knows? If it goes a little south, it could be a snowstorm. These all have the snowstorm in them. It's just a matter of where they track. And then let's look toward Christmas. This is December 23rd. I showed you that temperature pattern that would say a storm. So there may be something, and this is 15 days out, so it could actually back up a day or two. So there is hope for a last-minute white Christmas, you know, Christmas-type snow system. We'll watch for that. So today you're going gradually colder. Not what I would call a flash freeze. You know, flash freeze is where it goes from 34 and raining and wet roads to, I mean, I've seen it go to 20 degrees in 15 minutes. Then the roads don't have time to blow dry before they freeze. I don't think that's the case today. What the case today is it trickles down about 2 degrees every hour, and so that could make some icy roads, especially the untreated, the secondary roads, your driveway and your sidewalk, stuff like that. But in general, most of the snow is fallen. Then it switches to lake effect, west side of the state, and that can be heavy, 3 to 6 inches in scattered areas. Not a real widespread whole half of western lower Michigan gets in it. Not like that. Get ready for the bitter cold, and get ready for able to chip the ice off the sidewalks and whatnot sometime next week. Hey, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great day. Slow down, give yourself some time, and enjoy the colors. Bye. They're all white now.